Doug. Doug does a mighty job as the commentator, and I heard a rumour this morning that there's a band of followers that just come along just to hear Doug commentate. Thanks, Doug. Yeah. Well, the Bohenia Club, the Bohenia Polo Cross Club, would like to welcome everybody to the Queensland Zone Championships. I'd like to acknowledge the patron of the Bohenia Polo Cross Club, Mr. Chas Nobbs. Just give us a wave, Chas. The president of the Bohenia Polo Cross Club, Mr. Philip Nobbs, sitting just behind me. Our honoured guests, on my furthest right, Mr. Charlie Brook, the president of the QPA, the patron of the QPA, Mr. Howard Hobbs, and the Deputy Mayor of the Central Highlands Regional Council, Councillor Gail Godwin-Smith. I'll hand over to Philip. He's just been waiting anxiously to do this all day.
Thank you, Steve. Distinguished guests, players, supporters and spectators. Firstly, I'd like to welcome everybody to Bohenia Sports Grounds for the 2017 Queensland Zone titles. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank the Bohenia Polocross members, past and present, for all helping to enable our club to host the 2017 Queensland Zone titles. This has been a joint effort for not just our club, but many members of the Bohenia and wider communities. We as a club would sincerely like to thank all our sponsors that have helped to make this weekend a success. I would like to wish everyone a safe and enjoyable weekend. Thank you.
The patron of the QPA, Mr. Howard Hobbs.
Well, thanks very much for that, Steve, and President Phil Nobbs, Deputy Mayor Gail Goodwin-Smith, and Charlie Brook, President of the QPA, and the Polocross family. Well, what a fantastic weekend we've got here, and the weather's been great, and I can certainly congratulate the Bohenia Club for putting on this zone championships. I mean, 36 teams, that's quite an effort, and it certainly is a great roll-up of polocross teams. You know, Australia's a great sporting nation, and around the world, while we are a small country, we put it right to them, whether it's Olympic Games, Commonwealth Games, polocross, we're up there. So I think it's a fantastic effort that we put into sport, and certainly polocross is no different. These zone championships give people the opportunity to come and compete, gives them a chance to grow that talent, to bring on the young ones, the juniors, and bring them up and let them come and play. And even today, looking at some of the players that are here, I remember when they first running around as little tackers, and then they were juniors, and now they're playing in the A grade. So that's really fantastic to see. One other thing I'd like to mention too is the horses. Fantastic display of horses we've got here this time, and in fact throughout most of the polocross carnivals, and the breeding of horses has improved so much, and the quality. I mean, they're just almost like sheepdogs, aren't they? They seem to just absolutely bred into them. They just able to take on the game. I want to recognise the sponsors. Without sponsors, we can't operate. Polocross wouldn't be anywhere near as good as it is. So thank you so much for the great support that you do give to polocross, not just here, but certainly all around the whole of the state. All the very best for the rest of the Zone Championships. I wish all the players the absolute best, and I hope they have a great and safe game, and also a safe trip home. Thank you.
Thanks, Howard. It's a bit frightening how the years go by. I remember playing against Howard and the Tambo team. It was in 1981 in Capella, 36 long years ago. our next guest speaker. He's had a very busy day. He's just played, and as soon as he's finished here, he's going to umpire. Mr. Charles Brook, President of the Queensland Polo Cross Association.
Thank you, Steve. Guests, distinguished guests, Howard, lovely to see you here. Phil, thank you for running this event for us at the Bohemia Club. What a great facility. Polo Cross has these little facilities located all over Queensland. They're little gems, and this is one of them. I've never been here before. I was here 20 years ago. I shouldn't say that. I've never played here before. I was here about 20 years ago to do a coaching school, and it rained. We never got to use the facilities. It's great to come back here and see what you people have done in this area. Thank you, the Deputy Mayor, for your association support of Polo Cross. Greatly appreciated. Thank you very much. One thing I'd like to say in thanking Bohemia, great weekend. I think we're in for some great polo cross. This next game we see out here is our juniors. I might be a little biased. I've got 3 kids on one side, so I hope they go well. The other thing is, I'd like to thank the players. Great effort for 36 teams to turn up here this weekend and present themselves to play polo cross here. This is what the show's all about. The players do it for us. They make a great spectacle, and a great credit to them for what they're doing for us. Thank you very much. Let's hope everyone has another great weekend. Well, I'm down 1 man already, so he was all right when he left his horse. He
Thanks, Charles. And without any more further to do, I will ask the Deputy Mayor of the Central Highlands Regional Council, Councillor Gail Godman-Smith, who has a very faint connection with the game of polo cross. Her husband Howard played for Bohemia at a carnival way back in 1983. So, Gail.
Thank you very much, Steve. Special guests, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Central Highlands Regional Council, the Bohemia Polo Cross Club and community, may I extend a very warm welcome to all those players, supporters and spectators who have travelled from near and far to be part of the 2017 Queensland State Zone Polo Cross Championships here in Bohemia. Special acknowledgements go to Charlie Brook, President of the Queensland Polo Cross Association, Howard Hobbs, Patron of the Queensland Polo Cross Association, the Bohemia Polo Cross Club Executive being President Philip Nobbs, Secretary Denise Clark and Treasurer Lawson Geddes, and Chas Nobbs, of course, Patron of the Bohemia Polo Cross. And Chas is just warming the bar up over there, just making sure it's all ready for later. So the Queensland Polo Cross Association boasts some really impressive figures, 1,000 members, 42 clubs and 6 zones. I understand this carnival involves teams from Capricornia, Far North, Central West and Outback zones, and to have 36 teams represented here this weekend in Bohemia is an absolute stunning effort. So the Junior Coaching School held in Bohemia over the last 2 days also provided a wonderful opportunity for local kids especially to benefit, without having to travel great distances, and by all reports it has been an excellent 2 days. I need to congratulate the Bohemia Polo Cross Club. These facilities are looking amazing. And for a mighty group of committed volunteers, it's certainly been a hectic 12 months. The club celebrated their 50-year anniversary in June last year and has been busy applying for grants, developing new playing fields, building new horse stalls, installing a new watering system, to name but a few of the improvements you see. A special mention to Barb Hay, who always does such a great job of looking after the grounds here on behalf of Council, so thank you, Barb. The Central Highlands Regional Council area is 60,000 square kilometres, similar to the size of Tasmania. And Bohemia is just one of 13 unique communities that form part of our council. I can honestly say that while one of the smallest communities, it has the biggest heart. They are a community who just get on with it, are very action orientated, and council love working and supporting with communities like Bohemia, who are made up of capable and progressive individuals who are connected through their clubs and volunteering and enthusiastically make things happen. Well done, Bohemia. It's a pleasure working with you. I must mention the late Gordon and Ella Neal Valentine, whose passion for the game of polo cross led to this land being donated to the community to ensure their vision for always having an available recreation space for horse sports was incredibly generous. The sandstone monument here was unveiled at the 50th anniversary and will serve as a continued reminder of their valuable contribution to the community through this facility. It's lovely that extended members of the Neil Ballantyne family can be here today to enjoy that legacy. The Bohemia State School also celebrated its 50th anniversary in March this year, a good 9 months after the 50th year anniversary of the Bohemia Polo Cross. It seems the Polo Cross was well established even before access to a local school. Sport has always been a great way to bring a community together, and in the case of Bohemia, Polo Cross has helped put Bohemia on the map. It was evident at the 50-year celebrations just how amazing it is, the number of people that have played for Bohemia. And as Steve said, even my husband, would you believe, he only ever played one game, and the silver gobbler he achieved as winner of the D grade competition back in 1983 still has a special place in our cabinet of special things. Bohemia is renowned for having great trophies, and looking at what's on offer this weekend, it certainly lives up to its reputation. This club has also been an incubator for extraordinary talent, with many of their players going on to represent at state and national levels, even playing for Australia. How good's that? Bohemia is also known for its wonderful community pride and spirit. This brings me to mention the passing in August last year of a very special lady known to many of you, Patricia Davison, who we affectionately knew as Pat. Pat was a founding member, life member, secretary, treasurer and PR officer for the Bohemia Polo Cross Club, and has spent most of her life passionately involved with Polo Cross. Pat also served on the Capricornia Zone Polo Cross Committee, and at the 50th Polo Cross celebrations last year, Pat was honoured with the naming of this clubhouse after her, now referred to as the Patricia Davison Clubhouse. We all know how thrilled Pat would have been to see this facility hosting the Queensland State Zone Championships, and I'm sure she'll be all looking down on us all, beaming with pride and wishing someone would call her through with the results. I also acknowledge Jackie and Sue, Pat's daughters, are here today representing the Davison family, and we know that Pat's love for the sport has certainly continued in the family and right through to her talented grandchildren. Now I understand there is a A-grade men's game about to be played, which I'm sure everyone is very keen to watch, so without any further ado, it is a great honour and a privilege for me to declare the 2017 Queensland State Zone Polo Cross Championships officially open, and let the games commence and continue to enjoy the competition, the horsemanship, the atmosphere and the hospitality of this wonderful Bohemia club and community, where the Bohemia sports grounds are always a great place to meet and compete. Thank you, and please visit again.
Thanks, Gail, and thanks to our speakers, Howard, Charles and Philip. And without any further ado, I'll hand back to Doug, and we can really get stuck into it now.
No one forced for himself and got Carroll way out in front. Side beside the pass across to the goal line.
a win!